through a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and he has the blood to prove it. We now have Mr. Bosselman, who is running for mayor of Suffolk. He's on. We can see him. We can hear him. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me?
We can see you and hear you.
Wonderful.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
I knew that I knew you would make it, so I just waited.
I got it now.
All right, all right. Now, for the audience, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live here in Suffolk. I'm a fourth generation farmer to live here. I have two sons that farm with me. They make the fifth generation, and then I have grandchildren, and they make the sixth generation of Bosselmans that live on this farm.
Wow.
And yeah, and my father and I, we decided to become a business, and we made Bosselman Farms Incorporated. It is a small business, a family-run business, and we done that in 1996. So that's how we got started here. And
Okay.
yep, go ahead.
So why are you running for mayor of Suffolk?
Well, I got involved as I got older. I decided I needed to get more involved in maybe some of our political things. And I thought that Suffolk was not headed in the right direction. I thought
Right.
we needed to have some change, and I thought we needed some better representation of what our citizens were looking for.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
I had people at my church ask me to run. I had people in my neighborhood, people I do business with, and
mm-hmm.
then my sons got in on it, and my wife and I prayed about it, and this is where it's led me. It's led me to take time out of my life to
Mm-hmm.
try to make a difference here for the citizens in Suffolk.
What differences do you want to do?
Well, I think we have had been going through a period of over development here, and it's been going way too fast and causing all kinds of problems with
Mm-hmm.
our infrastructure, our schools, our roads. And it's just been too many people crowding in here at one time. It's just too fast. And I
Mm-hmm.
think we need
Mm-hmm.
to take a step back and look at it. And we need to have some quality of life here for the people that live here. That's just part of it. And, I've gotten involved trying to look at other things going on in the city, like the schools and what's
Right.
going on. And then even like the Star Haven. I don't know if you know of Kiana. She runs the Star Haven project here in Suffolk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple conversations with her. I've gone and toured her homes to help homeless people or people who have fell down on their luck
Right.
and need some help. And so,
Mm-hmm.
and she does run that as donations only. And so
Mm-hmm.
there are organizations like that here that need help too. And that's something we need support here as citizens and people in Suffolk. There's
Okay.
several organizations, to tell you the truth,
Okay.
uh, that
Have
we
her
always need to support.
contact me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get her on, and she can let everybody know what her needs
Okay.
are, and we can take it to the public. All right.
Yeah, that would be great because she needs. I mean, she works hard trying to get enough donations to keep those homes running here in Suffolk, and
Right.
so we
Just
need to help.
right. Give her my phone number and have her call
Okay.
me. Okay.
Okay, I sure
It's not
will.
a problem. Mm-hmm.
That would be good.
Yeah. We just gonna find when to tell her it's not a decision to put her on. We will put her on. Okay.
Okay, I'll be glad to
All
tell her.
right.
She needs some help. She needs people to help her.
Okay. So you were saying that the schools. What exactly about the schools do you need to work on?
Well, really, the city council and the mayor, we kind of oversee what the school's needs are financially.
Hmm.
But it's
Hmm.
up to the school board and the school superintendent to really make the decisions within the school as to how the
Hmm.
schools are being run. But
Right.
what seems to be happening though is that all this overdevelopment is causing our schools to become overcrowded and that
Okay. Okay.
overcapacity. And then that just puts strains on everything, including your teachers and your school buses, and the whole thing is just it's too much at one time.
Mhm. So, how would you address this overdevelopment? What do you suggest the city do?
Well, like I said, I think it needs to take a step back and look at what we have done, and they're doing the comprehensive plan right now, and
Hmm.
they really have never gone and analyzed what the previous plan has done to see what kind of shape where that has led the city. And when you do a lot of rezoning and say, for example, um,
Hmm.
you have a community that's being developed, and you say, okay, it's going to be a house per every acre. But then they decide to shrink those lots down and add 40 or 50 more homes in there. That's creating more people, more traffic, more children need to go to schools. I think they're trying to crowd too many people in any given area,
Hmm.
and it's
Hmm.
too much.
Okay.
And it's too fast.
Okay. So you would slow it down to the point that they can receive these people
Well,
and accommodate.
that's right. You've got to be able to accommodate the children, and you've also got to have the roads can accommodate the traffic. You've got to be able to have police and firefighters and rescue that can also accommodate the amount of people that
Hmm.
you have here. You've
Hmm.
got your
Hmm.
numbers have to jive together.
Well, right, right. How does the city council in Suffolk and their plans complement farming?
Look, this is a big issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I have lived and breathed all my life is agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here for generations farming, and Nansemond and Suffolk merged almost 50 years ago. They're getting ready to celebrate that merger right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been part of the comp plan, which the state mandates, even from the beginning of the charter. We were supposed to have land preservation and conservation programs in place for farmland in Suffolk, and nothing has ever been done about that for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we are losing almost 2% of our active farmland that's being planted to crops in Suffolk every
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, it's not going to take but so many years before it's going to be pretty much all gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, farming and farmland to our current officials, a lot of them look at it as an expendable resource.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, the land, the soil, it's growing food for us. It's growing
Right.
fiber for us. It's
Right.
cleaning our air.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and these are the things that we need. And this is happening not just in Suffolk, but all over this country. And people don't realize it.
You're right.
So, and um, Virginia's losing 100,000 acres a year of its farmlands. The United States is losing 4 million acres every year to development. And so it's not going to be but so many years within you and I probably won't live that long to see this. But within the
Mm-hmm.
next 50 years, our children and grandchildren could suffer because of this. And so we need to have some plans here. We need to have some farmland left here. So I'm big on trying to do that. I would like to see some preservation or some plans to at least try to minimize how the land, when the land is bought and sold, that we can
Right.
keep more of the farmland in place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People like to
Oh,
see the open space. They like to come out in Suffolk and they like to run. They like to jog. They like to ride their bicycles. They like to ride the motorcycles. They even get in their car and ride around out there in the country to
Yeah.
see things, the wide open space. So yes, we've got to do something here about this.
Preserve. So are you saying as go farming goes Suffolk?
Um, well, we've always got to have we've got to have some balance here. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've been running my campaign on. You're going to have some growth. You're going to have, I've always visioned
Okay.
as a young man in my life, we would have urban communities, suburban communities, and rural communities.
Right.
And it seemed to me we could always, all of us live here together in
Mm-hmm.
harmony. And it has not been the plan. Um, there has been nobody thought like this. And
Right.
so this has helped bring me into this, but I have gone all over the city with the development of this comp plan coming along. They had meetings all over this city, and I went to them to see how other citizens, other than the rural community, felt. And
Mm-hmm.
I've got a book. I've got something here, but this is a copy of the Suffolk 25 comp plan, first round of comments that they did in developing this plan.
Okay.
And it talks about the five things here. It talks about traffic and congestion,
Mm-hmm.
development and building, farm and agriculture and rural land, roads and schools. These are the five biggest issues that the
Mm-hmm.
citizens of Suffolk talked about.
Right.
And if you look back and you look at everything that they talk about, this all goes back to overdevelopment, too much development, too quick. Is
Too quick.
causing these problems. This is the root of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to take a step back and look and see what the citizens want here. And they have not been looking at that. They have not been listening to us for years.
Okay. So your platform is to basically slow it down, listen to your people, and go
Listen
from there.
to the citizens.
Right.
We need to see how the citizens want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to do what's best for our citizens that are living. We need to take care of the people that are here. They're
Mm-hmm.
running a rat race here of constantly building homes, and we're bringing people in from other areas of the state, other cities, because they want to get here and have a quality of life and not be in all that congestion. But yet we are
Right.
creating the same thing, the
Right.
same congestion that other cities have. And so we need to look at what we're doing, and the citizens need to decide how they want to live. And we need to have money available to take care of the things we've already built here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of roads in older neighborhoods I think are falling apart, and
Right.
other communities that are falling back. We need to revitalize parts of Suffolk
Mm-hmm.
and bring them back up to par. And there's a lot of that could be done. And instead of just having new growth, we need to take care of what we already have.
Right. Enha- enhance it. So most cities, they'll try to get people to come to Suffolk.
Yes.
Uh, what would you say is the best thing Suffolk has to offer?
Well, Suffolk, has always tried to offer that small town feel. That's one thing they
Right.
wanted to keep here.
Right.
And when you do that, people came here. They of course they wanted the amenities that life brings us. Good grocery stores, good
Mm-hmm.
schools, good roads. But they also want to be able to move about. They don't want to be so crowded in there that they can't get up and down the roads. It takes them
Right.
hours to get home. All this causes congestion, and I talk about this overdevelopment, but it all goes back to the same thing. But
Mm-hmm.
people like this feel of community. People like this small town feel. And when you grow as fast as they have been growing in the last few years, you lose that.
Right. Right. Especially when you're retiring and
That's
you're
right.
tired of the rat race
That's
but
right. A lot of
mhm,
people move to Suffolk when they retire. They want to get
mhm.
down to a slower pace. And we
Right.
even talk about that in downtown, because they're always talking about revitalizing downtown Suffolk. And
Okay.
one of the things I heard that made sense is slowing that speed limit down when you go through town. Move at a little slower pace.
Hmm.
Kind of need to revitalize this some of the streets and roads a little bit more. And there's a
Right.
lot of buildings down there need to be revitalized. And then you need to go down either side of shoot, East Washington Street, West Washington Street. All that needs to be taken a look at. And we have some good businesses and good restaurants down there, but it needs a little bit to be more. It can be more.
Okay. Okay. You want to bring back the Piggly Wiggly? Didn't you have a Piggly Wiggly here at one time?
I don't remember the Piggly Wiggly. Do
I
you?
thought it was one downtown Suffolk. I saw
I
the
don't know. I
store.
don't remember that. I remember
Um,
when they had a Woolworths and a Roses,
yeah,
and People's Drugstore was
yeah,
downtown. They had Nansman Drugstore down. They had
yeah.
a food counter, and it had a movie theater downtown.
No,
Yeah,
I never saw that down there.
yeah. I
Oh
remember it
wow.
as a child.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we had a lot going on downtown one time, and we need to think about some of those options, bringing things like that back too.
Yeah. In a specific space, downtown should be downtown, and
Yep.
country should
Yep.
be.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've got to have some of all of it to make Suffolk to be. I mean, we've always had the land here,
Mm-hmm.
but we have a lot of our land, especially what they consider to be zoned agriculture, is we have the Dismal Swamp, we
Mm-hmm.
have rivers and lakes and
Right.
marshes, and a lot of wetlands that flows into those areas.
Right.
So although we have a huge landmass, a lot of that is wetlands and things that can't be utilized, but for so much. I mean, it's got to
Right.
stay natural.
Right.
But
So
we,
how
we need to be better
if someone
stewards
wants
of what
to,
we have.
if someone wants to support you, how can they contact you?
Well, we have a David Bosselman for Mayor website and a
Okay.
David Bosselman for Mayor on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and the website, you can go to just a Gmail account you can go to on the website there for
Okay.
contact or sign or
Mm-hmm.
donation.
Okay.
And we're trying to get out, and I know we're going to be out during Peanut Fest, which is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll be there, have a booth set up. We're going to be in the parade, and we're trying to maybe organize some meet and greets here and there wherever we
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to speak to any organization that would like for me to speak. But we're just pushing forward, and like I said, I want to try to have people around me, especially if I win for mayor. I still tell everybody, I want the citizens to tell me what they need in their communities and how can we make life better for them, and what we can do to improve things here. I can't, the mayor can't make these decisions by itself. We need a group of smart people around us that can
Mm-hmm.
help lead us in the right directions to make these decisions.
In other words, you want to be a mayor that listens to the people.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what government is
Yes, it
supposed
is.
to be
Yes,
for.
it is.
It's supposed to be
That's right.
for the. It's supposed to be for the people, by the people,
That's right.
and so that's what we've got. That's the way I live. I want to live like that. That's the way I want to live.
Okay. I appreciate that. Any last words before we go? Anybody you want to say hello to? Shout out to?
Well, like I said, I think Kiana does a great job trying to keep her Star Haven going.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl Griffin, she actually runs an organization that takes homeless in during the colder weather.
Okay.
And she gets a little bit of grant. She gets some grant money from the government somehow or another,
Mm-hmm.
but they usually
Mm-hmm.
run out of money.
Right.
And then of course it is. You also have the Salvation Army, and so all these organizations, and there's a few more in Suffolk too. The fall is coming, and it's a change of seasons. We have Thanksgiving going to be coming up before too long.
Right.
But we
Right.
need to remember all these people. As our city has grown, so has this population of people that need help, and
Right.
we need to be supportive as citizens and as Christians, we
Amen.
have to look out for the poor people and the people
Hmm.
that have fell down on their luck and
That's
they
right.
need help. So we need to support all these organizations the best we can. And I would like for everybody to remember that this fall, especially when it gets colder and Thanksgiving coming around, they always need help and support monetarily and in any way that we can give it to them.
Okay. All right. I thank you, and make sure you have anybody that has like an organization like that.
Yes,
If you run into them, just give them my number so we can
yes,
expose them and let people
yes,
know they're there. Okay.
yes. Thank you,
That's
Kenneth.
why
This
we're
is
here.
great. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah. So if and if there's something you want to come on and talk about, you don't need a reservation. Just call me up and we'll get you on. Cause we're gonna get closer. As we get closer to the election day,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
me during the week. Let me know and
yeah.
we'll get you on. Okay.
Okay. Sounds
All
great,
right.
Kenneth. Thank you.
All right. You got my number. Don't lose it. Use it.
Yes, sir. I'm going to hold on to it.
Hold it.
I'm
All
going to
right,
hold
sir.
on to it.
All right, sir. I thank you
All right.
so much.
Okay. See you
All
later.
right.